going on, everyone? And welcome back to another great epic episode of Just My Opinion Reviews. Guys, we are talking that good old paradise. This is episode 6, titled You Asked for Miracles. Xavier and Robertson execute their plans as Sinister Sinatra strives to maintain Paradise's current state. You know, I just realized they didn't even say that. I just used your nickname. That's hilarious right there. That is hilarious. Guys, let you know, this is going to be a spoiler-filled recap. Me and my guest over here are going to spoil this up, down, left, right, in, and out. As if you've already seen it, that is your warning. Lamont, how are you doing, sir? How are you?
I am good, bros. I'm always happy to be a co-pilot on these TV shows, man. It's my wheelhouse. I'm way better at this than doing movie reviews, and I'm just thankful that you have faith enough in me to jump on board with you.
Right on, right on. Y'all like our energy, man. Follow us on social media. You see those handles on the screen. Lamont's information is in the description. Subscribe to his channel. Subscribe to my channel. We will both really, really appreciate it. Lamont, this paradise is falling apart, sir. At the end of episode 5, Xavier said, enough is enough. Hit his homeboy up, put in that cheat code, that up, down, left, right, BA. Said they are lying to you, man. They are lying to you. And they got this program up there, man, and it's changing every 10 to 15 minutes. People trying to buy their groceries, and they got messages in the sky talking about Sinister Sinatra. All the acorn is what is that? The sky is falling. That's what I'm trying to say. The sky is falling. Another great episode, man. And some of the characters that we were a bit skeptical about may have revealed themselves. We got to talk about if we still believe in them or not, especially that Miss Gabriella. I don't know, man. We got to talk about her. Definitely, man. She fine as hell, but she may be evil. I don't know. I'm gonna ask you, man. How'd you feel about the episode, man? Did you like it? Did you hate it? Somewhere in the middle. What's your thoughts?
I loved it, man. And let me just give kudos to the people that deserve kudos that you don't get to see on screen, because I am doing some writing for screenplays in Hollywood. The writers and the executive producers on this thing, you guys did a fantastic job of putting this story together. I just want to make sure people understand that you guys did a fantastic job. To me, this is the best TV series of the year. It's definitely going to get some TV Emmys. And I loved everything about this episode, from our boy Xavier getting some get back on Sinister Sinatra, to his daughter getting caught up in this whole thing, like I said would happen, to us learning that his wife is up on Earth, like we said from episode 1 when we've been doing these reviews.
Yeah, man. Yeah, so I'm glad you're liking it, man. Definitely, it's still early in the year, but I think this is going to hold out through the remainder of one of the best, I mean, but if not, man, that just means that we got some damn good television this year, man. We met the wife, Rogers, Dr. Rogers. She made sure that counselor knew, no, it is not Mr. and Mrs. Collins. It is Mr. Xavier Collins and Dr. Roger Collins as well. And he said, of course. That was funny to me. But man, I like her, man. She is a firecracker, rightfully so. How did you feel about the intro scene? Because to be honest with you, I was kind of disappointed in Xavier. I wanted him to speak up more. It seemed like he was trying to quell his wife like a little bit, like, now, honey, let's not. I mean, he actually did say that as they was walking out, like, you don't want to upset the other students' parents and stuff. But how'd you feel about that scene? I liked her. I thought he was a little bit too quiet as kept, but I mean, am I tripping, or you wanted him to speak up more too?
No, somebody in that relationship has got to be the calm person when the minutia is going on. Me and my wife looked at each other, and we see these type of interactions in TV shows, and immediately we think about us. I would have been the wife in that situation, and my wife would have been Collins, trying to keep everything calm. Let's not take it to the fisticuffs or anything like that. I'm always about it. My wife is always calm. But his wife made it perfectly clear. You never want to make the person who's calm up upset. And she gave a nice little rhyme. And she said she would not want to be the person that causes her man to be loud like she was. And we got a chance to see a little bit of that kind of at the end of this episode.
Yeah. Now also though, I'm not suggesting, they're going to flipping tables and stuff. And when the wife and the white people was like, I forgot exactly what they said. All the wife said was, "Excuse me." And, Xavier was like, calm down now, I don't know. I mean, I feel what you're saying. There does have to be somebody to calm the storm. But anyway, it was hilarious to me. I like Presley even more for the point that she was trying to make. And it was crazy. Like, I mean, it was kind of silly. Like, oh my God, our son is so embarrassed. He ate so much to where he got sick. Ain't nobody put a gun in his head and made him eat the cake. You know what I'm saying? No. I think Presley gets an A++ on that assignment. Hopefully she does. But I thought that was brilliant to show food inequality around the world. I think that's pretty dope. What you think about that?
Oh, loved it, man. That's why I was chef kissing the writers. You have got to have a diverse group of people sitting around that table to come to that story and to actually get that to make it to the air. Especially considering the country we living in right now that's moving to fascist leaders that don't want to hear anything about inequality, DEI, diversity, equity, inclusion. They don't want to hear none of that. For the writers to actually say, we don't care about all that outside noise. We know what's going on. To put that in there and then to know that they're going to be, well, at the time, Presley didn't know. But now you're in a place where that parallel she was doing with the cake has happened on a grand scale to everybody on the planet Earth, except for the people that's down there in paradise. Look at how it comes full circle.
Right on. Have you seen Die Hard?
God, that's one of my wife's favorite movies. She swears it's a Christmas movie. So I did catch the references, but it is not a Christmas movie, ladies and gentlemen. It is not a Christmas movie.
Really? Okay. I'm on the fence. I love that debate every time somebody tries to have it or whatever. But yeah, man, I got all the Die Hard references too. It was funny when she's like, "Why are they talking like Santa Claus?" But he put the note up and said, "We have all the guns, ho, 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 ho." But I'm going to ask you this, Lamont. You like the episode. Before I say what I'm about to say, is there anything about this episode that you did not like, that did not make sense to you? So we were just like, why in the world would you do that?
Yeah.
I'm finna say you mine, but yeah, keep going.
As much as we want to give Presley credit for the project she did, we also got to take credit away from her, because if she would have just did what her father told her, we might not would be dealing with jacked up Jane, who I love how this story had jacked up Jane looking all sweet and innocent with a little bow in her head in the early episodes. Now they got her with the I'm a ghetto trailer park trash swinging long ponytail, I'm going to kidnap a child character now. And Presley just got on my nerves with not doing what her dad wanted her to do. And now she's caught up in stuff, fooling around with Jane.
Got you. Yeah, man, hopefully she'll be okay. But, they're going to dangle that carrot in front of Xavier's face and do what I say. I'm going to blow your kid away. And Sinister Sinatra, she definitely would do it. But what frustrated me was the rally cry that Xavier made when they confiscated all the guns. Now, I'm glad that they did that. And I'm glad that they just didn't take a handful. They took all of them. Why would you want to leave, your enemy, with weapons? I mean, even if you don't take them, try to destroy them or something. But my thing is, you don't know who you can trust. He just got a bunch of random people and was like, "Hey, we're going to do this. We're going to do that." The only person that he can trust is the black chick, which I forgot her name right now. I feel if you can help me out with that. What is not Presley? The black chick that was seen.
Robinson.
There you go, Robinson.
Agent Robinson.
Only person I trust is Robinson. You can't trust nobody else. I mean, all they got to do is go around the corner, send a quick little phone call message to Sinister Sinatra and be like, "Hey, this is what Xavier's doing. He over here, yada yada yada." At the time, I was screaming at the TV like, "What the hell?" I mean, what you think?
Yeah. I 100% agree with you that the only people you can trust is Robinson and two of those agents working with Robinson. But the Robinson had one of her guys make phone calls and do stuff to other people. And I was saying to myself, you can't trust them. That is crazy. You like this business y'all doing, you need to be doing it all on your own as best you can.
Yeah.
Now we can also trust the guy that stole those codes from the ship and gave them to gave them to Collins so that he could put "she lied" on the sky. We can trust him. But short of that, there's somebody in these ranks we're not going to be able to trust that's going to give some guns and some of that ammunition right back to Sinister Sinatra and her crew.
Yeah, man. It kind of broke my heart too when Xavier was walking down that corridor with Robinson, and he was like, "Hey, word about Jane? She's loyal," and he just don't know that she's the one that killed Billy. I mean, he is completely oblivious, has no earthly idea that she can't be trusted. And I hope that does not just come and bite him in the ass. I mean, it is, because we saw how the episode ended, with her potentially kidnapping Presley. And so it's just like, frustrating. And it makes me like Robinson even more, because she's like, we can't trust Jane. She's, barely qualified, et cetera. So they're really making us come around and like Robinson more, so that's pretty cool right there. Now, what did you think about the conversation between Gabriella and Xavier? Because prior to them eating at the diner and him having his monologue talking about, I think that she led us down here like the cattle to slaughter. She's like, what the hell are you talking about? What's going on? Sinatra really thought that Gabriella was in cahoots with Xavier. I said, cut the BS. Like, lady, I don't know what you're talking about. You know what I'm saying? And she was like, oh, and Gabriella really didn't, and they had their little meeting or whatever. Is their relationship over, Lamont? And we saw what happened at the end. But, what are you thinking about the dynamic between Xavier and Gabriella right now? I don't know. We still don't know.
Gabrielle is a wild card. I think that she has done some evil things, and I think that she will pay the ultimate price to try to make things right with Xavier. So technically, one could say that the most powerful person down there is Gabrielle, because she was the one who selected everybody to be down there, which I don't know why Collins, Xavier hasn't put this in its proper perspective. But to this point, you could easily say that Dr. Gabrielle is the reason your wife ain't down there. She did counseling with you when y'all was above ground, and then your wife just not happens to be down there, and then Gabrielle wants to slide in your shower DMs and let you slide in the panty drawers. Sounds like she didn't want your wife to be down there. And I don't think that relationship is over. I think that Gabrielle is going to feel guilty at some point in time and is going to lean in to try to help Xavier, because she tried to do that this episode. She kept telling him, go talk to Sinister Sinatra. Go talk to Sinister Sinatra. And at the same time, Sinatra put pressure on her to go talk to Xavier, which is why I say one could say that Gabrielle has most of the power down there, but we just got to see where she's going to utilize that power and where will she eventually land. Is she going to be with Xavier, or is she going to stick with Sinister Sinatra?
I'm glad you brought that up. That was a question I was going to ask. But before I even go there, I want to ask you, do you think that Xavier feels guilty for sleeping with Gabriella, knowing that his wife could still be alive up on the surface? Because he was married, but it's till death do you part. And he thought she was dead, and he thought the world was over. And, I think that, how long they've been down here? 6 months, 8 months? I don't know exactly. But do you think Xavier feels guilty for sleeping with Gabriella, with his wife potentially still being alive?
He might, but he shouldn't, because he thought she was dead.
Yeah.
I mean,
he's not wrong.
No, he's not wrong. If you have been led to believe that everything above ground is dead, you can't be guilty to find that out now after the fact. If anything, that should add more fuel to your fire to be done with Dr. Gabriel and to really, really be done with Sinister Sinatra.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Now, do you think that Gabrielle knows about the? I mean, we know that Sinister Sinatra knows about the survivors up on the
Mhm.
surface. Do you think Well, no, Gabrielle don't know. She can't know, especially with the way that she was talking to Sinatra, talking about like, what does he have on you? What is he trying to reveal?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I guess I answered my own
Yep.
question. But you just said a question. You was like, you think that Gabrielle is the most powerful down there. That never crossed my mind. But what I wanted to what I wanted to know is, how did the president lose power from being? I mean, he's the president, but how did Cal lose power? Because a couple of episodes ago, Sinatra was like, "Yeah, I want to see the president, with balls." So the people,
Right.
the people that I think have the power are the rich billionaires that built the place,
Mm-hmm.
Sinister Sinatra, and then
Yep.
Jane is her goon. But who else do you think, if anybody at all? And how did the president lose power? Do you have any theories? How did this play out? Because I'm just curious.
I mean, it's an easy answer. He never had the power. In
Mm,
paradise, the president never had the power, and above paradise, he had limited power. Easily, you know that Sinatra probably supported his campaign based on the conversation that they had when they went to that conference and they saw the Weird Al Yankovic scientist that said a tsunami was coming,
yeah,
and they had, you could easily see her getting behind him because she liked him and because of her dad. They had that conversation about the dad, and the dad was rich, and so you know take a look at what's going on in our politics right here on Earth. And they say art, excuse me, right here in America, art imitates
life.
life.
Yeah,
Our president really doesn't have all the power because a billionaire gave this man 300 some odd $1 million so he could win the office. So our president has limited power in what he can do. Now, there are some things he can just be like, you know what? I don't care what I owe you. F you. I'm going to do it. And I feel like the president had that kind of, I feel like the president on the show had that power above ground, but down here in paradise, he's never had the power. Never.
yeah. That's interesting, man. It's just also frustrating. Like, you go from being, arguably one of the, most powerful people in the world to where you realize you're being played, you know,
Yeah.
and
And let us remember the president, the guy who's the president now used to be the guy who moved up from vice president to president is also a wealthy billionaire that
mm,
is kind of like under the thumb of Sinister Sinatra too.
yeah,
But he's
yeah,
man, he's a pipsqueak. He's in the number 7 aisle of Piggly Wiggly. He's soft as Charmin. He ain't doing
yeah.
nothing.
I just don't. It's just interesting to me because none of these billionaires are soldiers, or you know what I'm saying. Like, they can't fend for themselves. They got to have. I mean, looks can be deceiving, but I'm confident in saying that they need somebody to watch their back. Xavier can take care of himself. Cal, I would say
Right.
that, but he's dead, so I can only go so far. I'm just still curious on why Cal's father had access to the files, but Cal did not. Because we saw that the
Mhm.
grandson came and gave, he put, I want to help you, and he's going through his episode and opened it up. But I'm just still always thinking, like, did unless Cal's father is evil, did they not expect that Cal would share the information with his son? I would assume so, but apparently that's just not the case. I mean, it just seemed like if it's such a big secret, it's not hard to retrieve this information if the granddad can be like, "Hey, granddad, put your palm on here and open up all the secrets." Am I looking at this the right or wrong way? What do you say?
The dad is clearly evil, and the
Mm,
dad knew that there are certain things that he could not tell his son Cal, or Cal would start having a moral dilemma and correct the shop. So dad clearly wanted to keep this a secret from his son because he thought that Cal couldn't handle it. And to this day, they just kept the secret. And the dad was one of the rich architects of Paradise in with Sinister Sinatra. And they just felt like that they couldn't tell the president everything, or he would do something to jeopardize keeping the peace in Paradise. And so, yeah, you can on one hand say that the dad is evil, self-centered, very selfish, and has an ego.
Yeah. Okay. Of course, y'all let us know what y'all think down in that comment section below. Of course, we want to know. I'm going to be checking out all the comments. And the message continues to change the program. Who is Sinatra? We got a countdown. And they took the countermeasures out of Air Force One and started blowing those missiles or flares into the tower. I thought that was quite neat right there. And I don't know, Lamont, have you ever been to Disney World or amusement park and you was on the ride and when you was inside, it broke down and it killed the illusion and never went back? Because that's what Gabriella said. We can't shut it down. You know, people are real. Remember they're in the cave. What you think about that whole thing?
Well, you just gave me a flashback. When Busch Gardens Williamsburg first started running the Loch Ness Monster, I was in the 6th grade, and I was one of those first group of kids that got on that ride. And if you do a Google search, when the Loch Ness Monster, Williamsburg, Virginia, Busch Gardens first opened, a group of middle schoolers got stuck upside down in a loop.
Oh my!
Well, your boy was one of those damn middle school students.
Oh my gosh! I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I lost my money that was in my pocket. I lost the lunch that was in my stomach. Damn. Anything that was upside down was coming out. And so I understand what they meant by when you blow the top off things or you take away the WWE from it, because people think that WWE was real, and we smart folks know it's not. And Sinister Sinatra does not want those people in Paradise to know that who she really is. But I think what she needs to be more afraid of is Xavier spilling the beans about knowing that there is life outside of Paradise.
Yeah. Well, but let me ask you this though: whose team were you on? Should they have shut it down or left it on? You know, would you have rebooted the whole system or would you have turned it off? I mean, left it on. I'm sorry.
Man, I would have rebooted it from jump. Oh, yeah. You got when somebody's holding you hostage, and let me just say this is easier said than done, because I've been on both sides of the coin. You would like to be able to sit here when you're in comfort and say, I'm not going to let somebody hold me hostage. And I'm going to just let them do. I'm going to just take control. But ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to tell you it is not that easy. Had that been me, I would have went the very first time and rebooted that whole thing, not giving a damn, because I don't need no more information getting out there. But she tried to downplay it at first. And when she tried to downplay it, it eventually got to the point where she had to go ahead and reboot because Xavier and Robinson forced her hand. She didn't have a choice. It was about to get out there. And did you guys notice how strong of an ego Sinister Sinatra has? She says, turn off my sky. Bitch, you Jesus? You Jesus. Turn off my sky. Okay? Like, who does that? Who says that? Sinister Sinatra.
Yeah, okay. That's what's up, man. I appreciate you. I don't know how this is. Well, I like Jeremy. Not Jeremy. What is the grandson's name?
Let's see here. I forgot his name.
Yeah, I know what I'm talking about. No, it is Jeremy. I'm tripping.
It's Jeremy? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it is Jeremy. I kind of like him, how he took the lead and stood up on the couch. Where's the couch at? On the back of the truck. And was like, they are lying to us right now. We're going to reveal the truth, and I'm getting frustrated as well because because Presley, she wasn't staying by, his side or whatever, and she got taken by Jane. But she didn't know. I mean, she really thinks that she can trust Jane. You think she's gonna be okay?
She's gonna be okay, and I hope
Talking
she
about
get to
Presley?
whip Jane's ass.
That would
Yeah,
be
I hope
lovely.
Presley's the one to beat up Jane.
That
That's
would
what
be
I
lovely.
hope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think?
But
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
But if we being realistic, Jane is trained Secret Service. Presley shouldn't have a chance with her because Presley's like a teenager. But things have happened, so I would like to see that happen.
I got you. Do you believe Sinister Sinatra? As far as her saying, "Hey, your wife is still alive. If you stop all this nonsense, I can help you find her." What you think, Lamont? What would you do?
I believe. I've been saying this from our review of episode 1. I know you was thinking, "Damn, this Lamont, do he get in people's writers' room or something?"
Mm-hmm.
I've been saying that the wife is alive and is probably leading some kind of rebellion or taking care of a group of people up top. I do believe that Sinister Sinatra knows that she's alive. However, I don't know how Sinister Sinatra would know how to get up with her unless there's more to the story than what Sinister Sinatra has told us. Not only does she know that what she's implying behavior with an audience would mean that she not only knows there are people up there, she also knows some kind of way to communicate with these people. And she knows that there's different pockets of people in different areas, because how would she just singularly be able to point out Xavier's wife and know that she's up there and know how to get in contact with her, which makes Sinister Sinatra even more sinister.
This is true. And we're definitely going to see how this plays out. I'm quite interested. I'm really frustrated with Gabriella right now. She's up there in charge of this experiment on this paradise succeeding, and it seems like she wants it to succeed no matter what. I mean, let me reword that. Why would she want it to fail? She wouldn't. But let's say that Gabriella found out that there was life above the surface. I believe she would sabotage that information or people's chance on getting out and want everybody to stay down in this cave in her little paradise. Like, no, don't leave me type, thing. We can all live here together. Kind of like Sinatra too. I could, because I don't know. It was just something about the way she said, like, this city has to succeed. It cannot fall. It just, I don't know. It kind of rubbed me the wrong way. Am I tripping or you agree with that assessment?
I got that same vibe from her when she said that, but I think that is all because she doesn't know that there are survivors above ground.
Gotcha.
I think when she finds out that there are survivors, that turn I'm telling you that she'll take and be on Xavier's side, even though she messed up in the beginning, I think she'll take that turn and she'll try to help Xavier establish maybe a new paradise somewhere else once he gets with his wife.
Gotcha. We're going to see, y'all. We're going to see. She's dangling that carrot in front of Xavier's face about the wife. And then we got the flashback scene of them, embracing each other outside the apartment complex as she was going to Atlanta. And that's what Xavier's thinking about right now. He's like, damn, I have a chance to see my wife again. What am I going to do? It sucks. Sinister's evil, and I want justice.
She's evil.
I want everybody to make it. I want the wife to be alive, Presley, the little boy. Go ahead.
Now, she's not only Sinister dangling the carrot of the wife, but she's dangling Presley. Now, what Xavier could do?
What's that?
Xavier could have somebody go snatch up her damn kid and her husband and dangle them in front of Sinatra's face.
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
Fine. You already done lost one child and you told me about that. You want to lose both of your kids to try to take out my one? Okay, bitch. Yeah. Let's do it. And then let me hear you say, turn on my sky, because I'm Xavier Collins.
Exactly.
Okay, let's get it in.
My drop. Final thoughts, sir. Those are your final thoughts, or do you have any more?
Final thoughts, man. I can't wait to see this next episode. Lord have mercy. Like, I don't know, what are they going to do? And what are they going to do in episode 7? It's like so many things going on. and every episode seems to get better and better and better. I can't wait to watch it and then talk about it.
Yes, sir. Like I said, Lamont, episode 7 is the best episode yet of the season by far. So you are definitely going to enjoy that. I look forward to rewatching it again myself because it gets real, Lamont. The crap hits the fan. Well, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, that is going to do it for me and Lamont's recap review for Paradise, episode 6, titled You Asked for Miracles. What is episode 7 today? Yes, since Sinatra and Xavier confront the past, returning to the harrowing day that brought them to paradise. Oh my goodness gracious. Guys, subscribe to my channel. Subscribe to Lamont's channel. He would appreciate it. I would appreciate it. And we'll see you here, same time, same place next time. So again, guys, before you go, don't forget that I'm B. Avery. That's Lamont. And that's just our opinion. Peace out. And we'll see you next time.